Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the
Yo, what do you know? What's happening, y'all? Welcome to In the Bowl podcast. Shout out to our folks, Hustle Five Ways, for hosting us once again. I'm your host, Nas.
You got it all, man.
And again, we just want to welcome you back to In the Bowl podcast. This podcast is powered by Seisha2U, where they not only provide rentals, supply, party, venues, distribution. It's not a thing they don't do. But besides that, or outside of that, they level up your experience with hookah. So what's up? What's going on?
Not too much, man. What's going on? You know, how you doing?
Can't complain. I can't complain, man. It's been an interesting week. You know, it's been a real revealing week. You know, just in general. You know, just watching stuff on there. You know, seeing AB stuff develop more and more. The truth shall set you free. So
Yes,
you know, it's just been one of that thing. I think everywhere. You know, the new year is here. You know, no more January 1st. I'm going to shoulda, woulda, coulda. Is where we at now. So
yeah, man. 2022 in full effect, man. So what's been going on with you this week, man? How you been? Feel like I ain't talked to you in a second.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute, man. It's been good. It's been good. You know, little one had her 9-month little checkup. So, you know,
Nice.
Just watching her. So life's been good, man. Every day I'm here. So I'm, you know, trying to make the next day better. So
I like it.
what I've been doing.
9 months.
Oof. Yeah, man, time's flying, man. Time's flying. You know, just the other day I would be drinking excessive water, you know, in the middle of the week, but now it's changed. You know, gotta make sure stuff is straight. She's time's flying, like they say. You know, one thing I've learned, they say you have long nights but quick years. You know, so it's been deep. It's been a journey. So I'm enjoying it, just buckling myself up.
Yeah, man, it's wild. I remember the older folks when I was growing up used to be like, "Hey, man, enjoy this time because you know once you graduate high school and graduate college, man, the years are gonna fly by." Now it's like, yeah, whatever, man. You know, each day is like the longest day of my life, man. I'm loving it, but you're right, man. Time flies by when you start adulting.
Yeah, adulting. Adulting's real. That's a real word.
Hey, it is. It is.
You know, it's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adjective, it's all of them, you know. It's
everything above.
Anyway. Yeah, man. What's up with you, though? What's up with you, man? What's been going on?
You know, all is good, man. You know, still getting adjusted out here. You know, and getting things established. You know, it's a slow process, but you know, every day, you know, I'm checking off something off the list. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I love the fact that they he was telling me Seisha2U delivered out there. That's what's up. Gave you some nice mixes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, I now have to be a little bit more, strategic, with my ordering. You know, as I need to go ahead and just, make these big orders and not nickel and dime. You know, because one of the wildest things I've seen is I am a guava mint aholic, right?
Yeah.
I've been to like 3 or 4 different hookah shops out here. Nobody has guava. I'm talking about, I'm looking at 4 or 5 different brands, some of which, I'll introduce on the pod pretty soon. I'm still kind of testing them out, but nobody has guava. So if it wasn't for Seisha2U, man, I would be guava-less.
Yeah, that's rough. It's nothing like not having your party supplies, you know. You want what
Exactly.
you want, so you set your life up like that. I want what I want,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's rough.
yeah.
It's
But
rough.
and I would think of, all places, where, some of the most popular brands are created and birthed. They don't have guava out here, but again, good looking out there. Shisha to you, they got me squared away.
Facts.
I got my guava mint, going this morning. Today is supposed to be a balmy 81 degrees. So after work, I'm gonna sit outside and just relax and unwind, man.
Yeah, we about to get some snow out here. So
Ooh,
you're
that S
81,
word.
man. Yeah, you probably want to keep that to yourself. But that's what's up. You know.
No, but I'm gonna tell you how wild it is, though. So I'm in the office last week, right? And I think the temperature that day was like 77 degrees. So I just threw on, a polo and some slacks. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm in the office and somebody asked me, they were like, "You're not cold? I mean, you got your arms out. It's wintertime." And I'm sitting here like, man, it is 77 degrees. It feels good out here. But then
That's wild.
at the same time, even though it's wintertime here, it's like folks keep the AC blasting. I hopped in an Uber and I think the temperature had dropped to like maybe 67 that night. So I'm moving around with, a hoodie. It wasn't quite Scully, weather yet, but I got the hoodie on. I hop in the back of the Uber. Man, it's like 63 degrees in the car, man.
Mm,
To the point I had to put my hands in my pockets because my hands started getting cold. I'm like, there's no need to have the AC pumping when it's 60 some degrees outside.
that's wild. That's
Very wild.
wild. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. But it's crazy how even their wintertime, I mean, it's the desert out there. But that's wild, man. Jumping in the middle of their wintertime, got the AC blasting,
Exactly.
and they question why you got short sleeves on. That's wild.
But I did kind of get caught up in we had some wind here, a few days ago. The wind was blowing like, 40 miles an hour, man.
Mm,
And it was so crazy because it's already like, how in the DMV in the spring, how your car starts to get those little pollen pellets on it, or if
yeah.
you're sitting outside, your phone is covered in pollen. Out here in the desert, on a normal day, it's like you get these little sand pieces, they cover like your phone and stuff.
That's
So
wild.
I'm sitting here like, all right, man. So I get home and I just got so much sand at the front door and up on the balcony, man. It looked like someone had went to the beach and just stopped right there at the door and shook everything out. I'm talking about hitting the water shoes and shaking out the bag, everything. So I was trying to order me a broom, right? Because that's my broom hasn't
Mm,
arrived yet.
yeah.
So the broom I ordered, the first one was like a little hand broom. Now you already know I'm 6'4", so a 6'4" dude with a hand broom down on the floor sweeping wasn't gonna get it done, right?
Yeah, that's rough.
So I went to Amazon because they got Amazon Dubai. So I was like, perfect, because with Amazon, if you order something from the States, it takes about 3 weeks to get here. But you can use Amazon Dubai, and it takes like a day or two, give or take. So I saw a broom on there. So I'm like, all right, perfect. Man, I ordered the broom. The broom got here. The dude drops off the door, and I'm looking at him like, is this the right size broom? Tell me why the broom is about 2.5 to 3 feet long.
Oh shit, you got a dust broom, dog. That's what you got.
Man,
You got a
so
you got a you got a janitor. You got a gym broom.
no, the broom is like up to a little bit above my knee, man. So I'm still
Oh,
reaching
you
down
talking
on
about
the
you talking
floor.
about height? I thought you were talking about width. Oh yeah, that's
No, I'm
wild.
talking about height, man.
Height. Oh wow, that shit blow. You got a miniature broom.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, for like a little miniature clubhouse or something, But it's all good. At least I'm not on the floor, man. But I had to get that sand
Mm.
up out of here, man. Because sand on these floors is slippery, man. When I started doing a little shuffle, I was like, yeah,
Doing the
this ain't going to
shuffle,
end well.
doing the shimmy shuffle over there. I feel you. Yeah,
this ain't gonna end well, man. But I mean, like I said, it's all good, man. You know, slowly getting adjusted.
yeah.
You know, the vehicle should be here soon. The vehicle is finally on the boat. The vehicle is
Okay,
mobile.
there you go.
You know, as I'm still, tearing the streets up in my little rental, man. I feel like I'm getting bullied on the highways, but it's
Sweet.
all good.
That's what's up. How is that driving out there? I'm getting adjusted.
Man,
I mean, you racing Lamborghinis out there on the daily.
yeah, so the highways, most of them are like 12-lane highways, so it's like
Yeah.
six on each side, right? So it's like, being on 495 or 95. If you get over in that far left lane, you got to be moving, man. You can't be over there just casually doing the speed limit. But
Yeah.
the driving is aggressive, man. People, switch lanes and don't use signals and just cut over. So I mean, it's like being in a DMV during tour season, man. You
Mm.
got some people who don't know where they're going, just stopping, looking up, like, oh, I think I want to turn here, and then jumping over. And then you got other people just weaving in and out. So you gotta be a defensive driver. My 30 plus years of driving the DMV has definitely prepared me to drive in the Middle East.
Where do you think one of the worst places where we got drive? Where do you think the worst drivers are?
Now you talking about the DMV and the states in the world.
I mean, we could say the world. We could say the state. Let's start with the state.
The states, and no disrespect to my VA folks, but I think VA has the worst drivers, man.
Yeah, yeah, they're wild.
I,
They're wild.
yeah, and it's like anytime I see a Prius in VA, shout out to all my folks who may have a Prius and not knocking you, man. But the Prius is like anytime I see a Prius, I know you're about to do something reckless.
Eco-friendly. There you go. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
On
Eco-friendly.
one hand, you're out here, going green and being good to the earth, but the second hand, you're kind of being a jerk. And when I pass you, always looking, you got your cell phone in your hand. I'm like, see, this is why it's not
This is
working out,
why.
man. So
I
so
feel you. I
VA
feel you.
and Priuses definitely top of my list. Now around the world, I think the craziest drive-in would be Thailand,
Mm.
and I say
Okay.
Thailand because one, it's a crazy driving situation, and two,
Yeah.
they have a whole bunch of folks who are just on like these they're not scooters, but they're like mini motorcycles, right?
Yeah.
So
Like
it's like they
moped.
all, yeah, it's like mopeds. It's just maybe a couple more cc's, a little more horsepower,
Okay. Okay.
but it's like they cut all through the traffic. So it's like if you come to a traffic light, maybe you and like let's say 10 cars. By the time that light turns green, is you, those 10 cars, and like 50 of those little mini bikes.
Everyone moves.
And they're
Yeah.
all taking off at once. You're not trying to clip anybody or hit anybody. I used to ride, so I have a certain level of respect, for riders. But
Yeah.
out there, man, it's just it's
It's
insane.
a free for all.
That's
It's a
one.
free for all.
It really is, and people move like like they won't hit you or you won't hit them, man.
Nah, yeah. 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 I was gonna say that's how it was when we went to Bali. Bali was, that's why when you say Thailand, I don't know, their driving scenario, the situation is kind of set up the same, the way the streets are.
Yeah,
And in Bali, just leaving the airport, I was like, are we gonna make it? I said, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel, please. Just get me there. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. There's some wild driving. I'm pretty sure that's some wild adjusting to do, though. Then when you get your vehicle out here, man, you just got to match them, When in Rome,
yeah,
when in Dubai, you got to do what you got to do.
and I have something to admit, and then I have one more state that has like the wildest drivers. Now I'll make that one quick, but out here, a lot of folks when you park places, it's like they pull in everywhere, right? Now, me, I'm not really a fan of the pull in. I like the back end, So if something pops off, you can get out of there quickly. You ain't got to look over your shoulder and back up and, get out of there. You can just hop in and move,
Yeah.
So that's going to be a adjustment. And, Bama's be parking close, man. We went out to lunch. And I'm looking at how people are parking. I'm like, man, they're just banging up everybody's doors. I'm like, I don't know if I really want my baby to be in these kind of conditions, because I'm sensitive about folks knocking on my vehicles. But it's all good. I mean, I definitely be much better, when I have Bluetooth. I have a phone in the car. I have an
There
aux
you go.
cord. Right now, all I'm working off of is power windows and FM radio, man.
There you go. There you go. Manual seats. I hear you.
That adjustment, but hey, it
That's
takes
what's
you back.
up.
But one of the wild, I would
Hey,
say, another wild state, and then we can move on, is New York. Because New York, I've seen people
yeah.
bump your car and keep moving. So when I'm driving to New York, I'll take a certain vehicle. When I'm driving through New York, I'll take a certain vehicle.
Yeah.
Because they just move
No, that's
different up
fair.
here, man. They just move
No, that's
different.
fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's why, that's how I feel about like, for me, I think in the States, I think Philly's one of the wildest. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
Philly, like everyone just has, you know what I'm saying, just the get around car, right? The get around car is intentionally driven in case you bump something and you can just keep it moving. It's like you have a
okay.
designated car to bump things, to bump other cars, and then just trying to drive through that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone just balls. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Philly is one of the things you just gotta adjust. It's like trying to get yourself in the ring in the lap. It's like, all right, you find my good time to enter this. It's wild. You just gotta go in and do what you gotta do. You gotta match their intensity. They some aggressive
And, and
drivers.
and you know what? And I can respect that because everyone used to ask me, well, hey, why you still got the Expo, man? That truck is 20 plus years old. But the Expo was my get around truck, man. Because the Expo could take a hit and it could give a hit. I remember one time somebody backed up into me at a stop sign in Baltimore. A dude hopped out like, hey, I want to exchange information. I'm like, hold on now. You just roll back into me. I got no damage here, man. I'm not falling for the scam. But that truck with that, 85-pound crash ball in the front, it definitely can, give out some work if need be. So that's my get around car. So I feel you on that one.
See, but I
Feel you on
don't
that.
feel that though. I don't feel that because potentially someone's gonna hit my shit and be like, they'll be all right. I'm like, nah, play. You need to come address this. Like, get around cars, get out of just be like, you be good. Don't worry about it. I'm straight. If you straight, I'm straight kind of situation, right? It's like, nah, it's too much gray area for me. Too much gray. Like, get my shit fixed.
Understandable.
Yeah. But again,
Now,
I
yeah,
get
yeah. If
it
there's
though.
damage, yes.
Yeah, but if I got to get around car, I'm not about to make an issue out of nothing. I'm like, all right, it's a little ding in it, whatever. Keep it moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's expected. It's expected.
But that's the problem. Everyone has one of those, meaning it's expected that whatever's going to happen today, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to make a wild ass U-turn in the middle of the boulevard. If you hit me, you hit me. The only one's really going to lose is you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's wild, man. It's wild. It's just it's wild.
It is, man. So let's go ahead and get into your boy AB, man. It's like this story just you know the onion is unraveling, is peeling, man. It's like we're getting deeper and deeper into this. I mean, I know that when the Bucks got eliminated the other day,
Yeah.
he posted to the meme, with him in the end zone, holding up a sign, saying Bucks eliminated, or something to that extent,
Yeah.
But what do you think about him coming out, saying that he was offered, 200K to go sit on somebody's couch.
Yeah, but before I get in that, we gotta do our toast. We gotta do our toast. We gotta do our chairs. You know what I'm saying? Just we here.
Yes.
And we can even do this into like the AV story. It's just being free to do what we want to do. And doing that. So cheers. Another one.
Hey, cheers, man. Cheers, man.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of those situations, right? It's I respect it because they offered him $200K to go to the crazy house, right? We know that's not PC. We know mental illness is real.
Yeah.
But someone tried to offer to pay him $200,000 to go, right? So he denied that, or he did not accept that offer. Why? Because he knew his truth, right? And I think that's just what he's doing. I mean, we don't know. The realest conversation you're ever going to have is with yourself, right? So
Yeah.
we hear what this man is saying. His actions are, following what he's saying in a sense that, I'm not sure if you've seen that special he was on CBS, but he was just like, I don't need a crazy house. Like, what makes you think I'm crazy? I've never been diagnosed clinically, mentally ill. So why are you going to sit there and make me go somewhere that I haven't been diagnosed? And, he mentions how the NFL, try to give them, or he not try, but they give them, professionals to speak to.
Okay.
And I mean, he just spoke his truth. He was like, I'm not gonna go talk to somebody I don't know, right? Again, I think I believe mental health is very real,
Yeah.
And if you need to talk to someone, but also you can't force someone to talk. You have to, kind of let them just do them, right? He's not causing harm to himself. He's living in his truth. So again, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil. Like, I don't need you 200,000 because that's all it's going to do is prove a point that I'm mentally off. When in the case, I'm not mentally off. It's just I'm not trying to go in the game because you're trying to inject me with this solution. You know what I'm saying? To make me not feel pain, damage my body more, so you can make a ticket off of it. Nah, like I as I said before, and I stand by it. I fucks with him.
Yeah, I mean, AB is, he's definitely a character, and like you said, hey, we don't take mental health issues lightly. If folks need help, seek help. But I agree. Trying to force a man's hand, I mean, that is a little crazy. And you start looking at like the whole story of the incentives and this. It's like the story is just getting wilder and wilder. So it's
Right.
now if it wasn't for all the drama and this just happened to come out, it's like, oh, okay, well maybe they see something that we don't see, but just all this together, it just sounds like it's just getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we're also hearing a lot of it from one side too. We're not really hearing much from the Bucks organization. So again, there's always three sides, but from what I'm seeing and what I'm watching, he's just living out his truth, like you said, from the pit, not the palace. You know what I'm saying? He's saying what he knows.
Yeah, yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how this continues on because there were rumors that that Baltimore, that he may be going there to play and different things. And, everybody has their opinion on, if Baltimore should pick him up or not pick him up or leave him there. So I think with this story is definitely, more to come. This AB story isn't going away, anytime soon. As the off season, gets into full swing and starts to, move and folks get dropped and picked up and injuries, start playing out next season. I think we're definitely going to see more of AB in the news. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna be hired. He's about to get another job. He'll be straight. Like, we can't ignore the fact that the man is solid at his craft. So you can't take that from him. So he's gonna get hired again. It's just a matter of time, going through this little red tape. But he'll bounce back. I don't even say bounce back. He'll continue doing what he's doing.
Exactly.
to fit his scenario. So hats off to the man. Hats off to him for that.
But now I gotta say this. Do you think the man is trolling Tom Brady? Because Brady brought him up to New England. Got him a chance up there. Brady also, brought him, down to Tampa. And when Brady lost, the man is in the end zone with a sign, saying Bucks eliminated. So I mean, do you think that was a fair shot at Brady after the man has done so much for him?
That is rough. That is tough. I'm gonna say Brady has been sincere about the scenario, right? Even right after it happened, his press conference, when he wished him just nothing but the best, and we won this game. Now, trying to make sure he's all right. But I will sit there and say, was that show? Is he now, what I'm saying, he can't talk about it anymore? I don't know. It's just from a Brady perspective, I think he's done a lot for that man. But also, I think AB's done a lot for himself as well. I mean, you got to be grateful, but that's a tough scenario. It's not like Brady thought about, let me just get the worst person because he's having a rough life. He's like, come on, with him and Gronk and I mean, you see they produce. They made it to the playoffs. So is it something for self-interest? Or do you really sit there and say, you know what? I hang out with him. I go down to the pit, AB's my guy. We hang out on the weekends. He's been on my boat. I mean, who knows, But again,
Yeah.
is it for show or is it real? Like he said, in that interview, he was just like, I mean, he saved my brothers, but I never really felt like that. So has anyone ever even asked the man, like, included him in that and figured out who he really was?
Fair enough, man. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the NFL playoffs, man. The division games, the championships,
Yeah.
and I'm still getting used to, the games, the 1 o'clock game starting at 10 p.m. here.
Yeah,
So those games on Sunday, I think when they kicked off at 3 and 6:30, I woke up, to the tail end of the late game. It was like 7 in the morning. The game was going on, so I got to catch the end of that one, which was a good one. But
that was a good game to watch.
Trying to get things, straight for at least the Super Bowl, man. 'Cause I gotta watch that one. Sitting here watching, the scores on the phone and watching the ticker change. That's not the answer, man. It's not the solution.
That's true. Nah, we were just talking about that. After the season, you're just like, damn. It just feels like a whole new world. Just like, here we go. But I mean, the game's been good. That last game, Buffalo and KC, whew, that was wild. That was a wild one. I looked at that game, so I don't really care who really wins in this game. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever it is, whoever wins is cool. Whatever, I don't really care. But that was a game that I was like, solid.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a game worth staying up for and watching.
Or waking up to watch.
True. Nah, but yeah, it was solid though. It was good, man. It was wild. That's some wild shit right there.
Well, something else that's wild is, I know before the holidays, we were talking about, keeping your head on a swivel, because crime is going up in DC. But man, it just sounds like things are truly getting out of control in the city. I mean, I have to admit, since I'm abroad, I've been, on, social media a little bit more, trying, keep up and, stay in the loop to, things that are going on, sadly I'm not, too far removed out of touch. But it's like, every night, and I'm scrolling through the timeline, man, I'm seeing, various shootings in, DC and PG County. I think even Montgomery County, at a high school, somebody got, shot in the bathroom and carjackings. And It's like, man, what is going on in these streets?
I don't know, man. The streets are getting tough, man. It's getting real. I mean, it's always been like that. I think now you just have so much accessibility to social media. But I don't really know if that much, has really changed, to be honest. We just see it. It's more in our face, Um, and I think there's some outlets, some media outlets that focus on particular areas, I think it's wild out here, and you can't sit there and say, some of my morning wake up, songs are about just like, all right, you about to get out and get it. It's just get out into this world. This world is wild. And I think with this pandemic, it's getting crazier too. I mean, people getting stir crazy, people are just not focused or aware because they may be in another zone. It's wild shit out here right now.
Nah, I agree, and I think personally, the pandemic is helping to fuel some of this. With everybody wearing masks and things of that nature, man, it's easier to hide your identity.
Yeah.
And one of the things, the shiesty mask, as it's been dubbed. I know certain spots in Memphis, like a store, ban the shiesty mask. Like, look, man, you can't wear that mask in here. The mask that I guess is covering up too much of your face, blowing your eyes out. It's like the modern day ski mask.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that mask is it's the equivalent of folks on social media. Sitting out here just talking. It's like hiding behind a keyboard. No one really knows who you're what your identity is, so you feel more comfortable, with doing, reckless things. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
Like you
first,
say, you could blend in. It's like you say, you could blend in, right? It's when I walk in and I got a mask on, it's not like you're saying take off your hoodie and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's can't tell me to take my mask off. So, it's I got a hat on, a mask on, some shades on. You don't see nothing, maybe my complexion, but that's it. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And so it's one of those things. But also, like I said, the pandemic, even outside the mask, I think that allows you to have, some coverage, I guess. But I mean, people out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think social media got these little games that are going on. They got, these little challenges that are going on, these little markets. They got, I mean, it's wild out here, man. Like, some people do it for a game, but then there are a lot of people out here that really need stuff, right? And survival, people are in a survival mode situation. Like, that's the way it seems like it's looking.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. And speaking of social media and challenges, what is going on with this money challenge? First we had the money phone, and everybody's holding up stacks to their ear. Now you got cats out here spelling out statements on on the floor with
Yeah,
with
yeah,
cash
yeah, yeah.
with cash, and again it goes back to the whole thing of I don't know. I mean, it's to me, putting cash on the floor and things like that. I mean, it's reckless behavior. I mean, back in the day, man, if you had it, you had it. You're not sitting out here, showing it off, trying to flaunt it because you're not trying to get hit in the head for what you got. You're sitting
Right.
here advertising, what you got in your house, and we've already seen, how many folks have been, set up and robbed and home invasions and things of that nature just
Yeah,
because
man.
of social media with putting a house out there where they are things of that nature. Man, it's just wild behavior. I think the funniest two ones that I saw, because to me it was funny. One dude spelled out, the IRS is watching, the feds are watching, which is true.
Yeah, Fact.
You know, so
Fact.
you putting all this out there. You just helping people, connect dots. Like, well, let's take a look at this Joker right here, and let's see what they reported for income and things like that. It's like you're just putting yourself under a microscope for no reason.
That's what I'm saying. You wanna televise everything. You know what I'm saying? You wanna expose your life out there. When just sit back and do what you gotta do. Let everything else talk for you. And it's just I don't know that money challenge is wild. I think the best one is the IRS one. That's just funny because man was talking about they got this, that, and third. You got you wilding, you wilding. You gotta come find me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying. You're gonna have to do some. You gotta do some work in that.
Yeah, man. I'm still getting acclimated to this social media world. Now I say again, I'm glad that social media wasn't as prevalent when we were coming up because some things you just need not to be shared, man. If you weren't there, you got to hear about it, and if you got to hear about it, it's up to you to believe the story is factual or true or something has been changed up in it. But now folks just want to put their whole life on display for the world, and I don't know, man. I'm not with that. I give glimpses to what's going on so people know, hey, Tall Man is still alive or things of that nature. But definitely not putting my whole life out there for the world to see. Some things just need to remain private.
Facts. That just goes back, man. That's what people are doing right now. There are a lot of people out here, doing their little capers, doing a little thing on just again to show it, to say I did it, and people out. It's a wild world we live in. The social media has changed it. It's right on our doorstep. They just put it right there in your hand just to see everything that's out there. It's just been going on, but now we see it, and it's wild.
Yeah, and even going back to the unfortunate incident, where a kid got shot in a high school bathroom in Moco. I was reading last night before I turned in. They were like, yeah, a witness who saw everything go down. And instead of calling 911 to get the individual help, the first thing they did was hop on social media. And it's like, come on, man. That whole mentality and mind state of you see something, and your first instinct, instead of trying to help somebody out, is to hop on social media, so you can be the first one to post it and things like that. I just don't understand it, man.
No, it's wild, and that's what's happening, right? It's getting like I said, it's getting crazy. How people think they can do and say whatever they want to. I don't even know if you heard down there in the great old Commonwealth of VA. This lady was inside of a school board meeting.
Okay.
And discussed that I am not going to allow my child to wear a mask, or if you mandate it, there's going to be a problem, right? So she's saying this in front of this entire group. And then at the end, she was basically like, if you don't let them, let my son come to school, I'll be down there with all my guns loaded. Wow. Shit is wild. Shit is wild right now. You know what I'm saying? And nothing even happened. You know what I'm saying? They let her recant or, take her story back and say, no, I was just saying I'm going to have all my, ducks in a row type. Nah. You know what I'm saying? With everything that's going on, you just can't take stuff lightly. That's why I say, you just gotta stay in your lane and make it happen because it's wild out here. It is wild. And the fact that she was able to say that, nothing happened, let someone else have said that.
Yeah, I agree. Things could have gone.
Let someone else say that.
Man.
But again, all they did was increase police presence, And I think it's wild anyways. We got to have cops in schools. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the time we're in now.
Exactly. And you know, I mean, it's nothing new. You know, resource officers, you know, metal detectors, you know, things of that nature. It's wild. It's another one of those situations where you look at it and say, you know, is their presence, you know, helpful or hurtful? And you know, I mean, you can look at it on both sides to, you know, prove your point. To say, hey, it's a deterrent, or you know, hey, if something happens, you know, they're here to respond quickly. So I mean, it's a tough one, but like you said, I mean, it's the world we live in now, man. It's wild.
Yeah, but it's a resource. You're talking about a resource officer, right? Nah, we're talking about a cop with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are kids, you know, and to bring that intensity into that environment, you got to imagine what that's going to do to someone's mind. Like, if someone's around me in a carry state, you know, I'm minding my business, but I'm also watching folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Know my surroundings. And
Got to.
knowing that you got a cop in the school or someone in the school with a gun who's authorized to carry a gun, I mean, that's going to make your mind think, like, what am I in? What am I doing? What is my environment? I'm supposed to feel like I'm safe and just learning, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't
No,
know, but again, it's the times we live in, you know? And
exactly,
I,
exactly.
it's just wild right now. It's kind of scary, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it really makes you, you know, it makes you think, man. That's that's a tough one, man. Because like I said, I mean, it's pros and cons to it, but you know, the long term effects is it's a wild situation, man. It's very,
Yeah,
very
but that's where
wild.
we at. That's where we at. That's why you gotta do like AB and just do you, you know? Live your truth. Live your truth.
And he is living it to the fullest, man. And you know, it's funny because you know, I got back on my reading kick, you know, since my television has not arrived yet, and you know, sitting here trying to pass time, and I picked up this book called the Hustlers, you know, Ten Commandments.
Okay.
And you know, I mean, it really didn't, you know, say you know anything new. It just said things, you know, in a different way. But one of the things that stuck out with me, and it went back to a guest when we had Lonnie on from Risk Takers, is one of the commandments was your network, your net worth is, I mean, excuse me, your net worth is your net worth. You know, the
Yeah.
people around you, you know, who you're hanging out with. You know, I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's your value, and it stuck with me because you know when we were asking him, you know, what he took away from Morgan State, one of his biggest lessons, you know, he dropped, you know, that same gem. You
Yeah.
know, so seeing that in the book, and you know, they were talking about, you know, how the early bird gets the worm, and where you know opportunity
Yeah.
meets preparation, things of that nature. You know, I mean, it was really cool because, like I said, it was timely. I mean, we had just talked to him, you know, a few weeks ago, you know, to see that in the book, you know, so definitely a good read. But like I said, you know, it really wasn't, you
Yeah.
know, anything saying anything new, but it was, you know, just putting things in perspective. You know, every now and then, you know,
Yeah.
the brain and the mind, you know, needs to be reminded, you know, certain things, you know, to keep you
Yeah.
on track and you know keep you focused. You know, so you know,
That's
so
why
that
I
was
feel
just
you
good.
on that. No, I feel you on that. And that's why I say, like you said, you know, your network is your network, right? I was always told, you know, you can't be the smartest person in your circle. So who you
Exactly.
network with, and a lot of stuff is off of word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can put the greatest blurb together you want to, but you know what I'm saying, your actions will speak louder than your words, right? So, you know, who you're around, that environment, you know, those vibes, some people say vibrations, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's truth telling, right? And you just want to be around that, you know, and it's
Yeah,
cool
definitely.
how, you know, it's cool how there's certain people, you know, that we brought on the show, people we just encounter on a day to day, you know, just get up and do that, but look at it from a different lens, right? So, like you said, we get reminded from books and how we read of stuff we may already know, but putting in different, framing it differently, you know, and just having looking from another perspective is deep, man. And that's why I
Very.
say, man, is be aware of what you're reading, what you're consuming, because again, you just never know.
Nah. I just picked up a book by Talib Kweli, and he was talking about the vibe and the vibrations and things of that nature. And hopefully I'll have that one knocked out soon and have some more information. So and in the future, we'll circle back to the Talib Kweli book because he's one of the MCs. I definitely
Yeah,
respect when him and Mos Def came on. I was like, oh yeah, this is different. I like that. They were part of that conscious rap and backpack movement, but the dude really has some gems. As I watch his podcast and see how he interacts with people, and I like the way he moves. So I'm really eager to get in that one and see what's up. But
man.
before we get out of here, man, are you caught up on Power? Did you watch Power last week?
Nah, I missed last week. I missed last week.
Oh man, come on now! It's only like 2 episodes left in the season, man. You got to get back up on
Yeah,
Power, man.
I missed last week, man. But that man Zeke's been getting fried. I just I want to watch this man is known for faces. He just be
Yes,
man be lost. He be lost. That's true,
yes.
but it's I think it's about not knowing who he is, right? He has no idea who he is. Yeah, he has no idea the truth about where he comes from, anything about him. So, his faces matches is of his character. It's just like, what the fuck am I doing out here? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
my man stays clueless, man.
Clueless, But again, though, it's not about knowing where you're from, not knowing you. As again, knowing your truth, who you is, who are you. So I don't know. I gotta catch up on it. I heard it was a good one, so I gotta catch up on it.
Yeah, man, because the memes have definitely been hilarious, man. I'm not gonna ruin too much for you. I know social media has already teased you a little bit with what's going on, but you definitely gotta catch up. So I can hear your thoughts and opinions on the season and how things are going, man. They already started filming, season 3, so we know it's coming back. Your man 50
Yeah.
is the man is staying busy. Folks are eating. Folks are eating.
Hey, I respect 50. He's killing it. He again doing his thing. Doing his thing. So that's what's up. That's what's up. He's keeping people keep wanting to watch it. So that's what's up. He's killing it.
Exactly, man. So hey, before we get out of here, man, what you got going on for the rest of this week, man?
Chilling, about to hibernate, man. This snow out here is wild. I may have to, see what this wide body's about to do and get out here in the snow and play around a little bit. Just chill, do a combination of both. Get out here, just peep what's going on and just chill. Just chill. What you got out there in the sandbox?
Well, temperature about to hit the 80s, for a few days, so I'm got a little swim shop up the street, so I may go grab me a pair of trunks, go take a dip in the pool, have some hookah out by the pool, man, and enjoy the sunshine because my trunks still have not they haven't left the states yet. They're still on a dock somewhere waiting to be put on a plane to get here. So I think it's about time for me to take a dip in the pool, man, relax and unwind, man. It's some long days out here, man. Still dealing with the time difference and working with folks back in the states. So you end up having 10 12-hour days. So I need to unwind with the hookah in the pool, and definitely get out and explore some more. I've come across a few spots to check out. I've been watching the soccer games and things of that nature, man. But that's about it, man. Still just trying to get acclimated to things out here. So we'll see how things go.
Dog, I just told you I'm about to have to deal with snow. You're gonna sit here and talk about you about to have hookah in the pool. You my man, but I ain't really trying to hear none of that shit. So
Hey,
it must be nice. It must be nice. Hey, but again, I appreciate that though. It's just we got snow. You got 85 plus. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Oh man, hey, it's all good, man. I know that those comments come from a caring place, so I'm not going to take any offense to it. And trust me, as you deal with the inclement weather, man, I'm right here with you, man. I support you all.
Nah.
Stay warm. I know you all like the big coats and the boots and different things. And me, I'm just more of like a t-shirt and shorts kind of guy. So I'm in the right place for that.
You ain't in the pit with me, my man. You ain't in the pit with me, dog.
Hey
Inclement
man,
weather.
I did my time, man. I served my sentence of winters, man. And I love the snow. I like to get out in the snow and put my trucks in, 4-wheel drive and go out and play and go to 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee or something. So I do miss that aspect of it.
This Batman here said get a Slurpee in the snow. I feel you. This Batman's wild.
Hey, you can do the best shopping during a snowstorm. Because everybody goes in there, they clear up all the milk, the bread, the toilet tissue, things like that.
Facts.
But man, you hit the grocery store, you get yourself some steaks and some more, man. Hey, you can really eat good, during a snowstorm, and you're not dealing with a big crowd because most folks can't move around. So,
facts, shit. I'm about to buy a grill when it's about to snow. So I feel you. You gotta get me a new grill. So I'm with you on that.
There you have it. Before we head out, again, shout out to Shisha to you. You can follow them on IG. And thanks to everyone for rocking with us this week. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, check us out on Twitter. You can follow us at In The Pod. So you can interact with us. If you have flavors that you want us to try all the brands, let us know. We'll give you our opinion on it. Or if you have comments on the show or something we said, or if there's a topic you want us to discuss, drop that in the comments, and we'll definitely interact with you. Shout out to everybody who participated in that conversation about Drake allegedly putting hot sauce in the condom. We had a good conversation with y'all, so we look forward to more conversations like that. And don't forget, keep those hookahs clean. Clean it up out after every use, so that way you get a nice refreshing smoke each and every time. And we'll catch you all next week. Appreciate y'all.
As always, click, like, subscribe.